Hi, welcome back to a brand new video of the Targeted Individual Program, Targeted Individual Experience. Got left the house early. Got a call from Pam saying that she called me at 9 o'clock to tell me that the kids are home and they're not getting dressed to get to school. So I'm like, okay, where are you? She's like, well, I'm downstairs moving the car. So I said, why are you calling me at 9 o'clock? Why didn't you call me at 7 o'clock? And then she goes, bye, and then she hangs the phone up. Again, no accountability. She wants none of it. You're calling me at 9 o'clock to tell me that the kids are, if I can talk to them. Not 7 o'clock. And you want to know why she didn't call me at 7 o'clock? Because she did not get up at 7 o'clock. And I've been telling her that when you continue to do what you do, the children are going to model themselves after you, right? Because I don't sleep over here anymore. I've told her I used to sleep over here, get up in the morning, take the kids to school, feed them, clothe them, take them to school. Right? Even after we broke up, I did that for at least 2 years. For 2 years, I did that. But as she tell, I abandoned the kid. She abandoned our children education, their emotional needs, their physical needs. Look at her apartment, and I can't say nothing. And when I say something to her, oh, I'm being toxic, right? That's the excuse that they use for us men, black men, trying to tell them something, right? I mean, come on, you guys see this shit. Look at this shit. I am the only one that would clean up her house. She wouldn't do it. She can't do it. And I've been telling her to get therapy for years now. But this is what they do. So on my way over here, the New York Predator Department was engaging in, again, cursive threats, what have you. When I got here, Pam was like, well, I turned off the internet. I took her phone. I'm like, well, why you take her phone? Why would you leave your child in the house by herself with no phone, no way of contacting anybody if anything goes wrong? And because I called her out on it, I said to her, "You are an abusive parent." Then she's like, "Well, I'm abusive." Again, this is what they do. They go tit for tat. My action shows I'm not abusive to my children. Her action shows just how abusive she is. When you have your children living in the state that you keep living in, have them living in. When you have someone who I'm not even in a relationship with her, but we have kids together, but I'm still here, right? And because again, in a cursive persuasion programming, like you telling her, you're being manipulated in ways that you think is going to benefit you, and it's not. You may get some little temporary benefit out of it, but in terms of long-term benefits, you're not going to get any long-term benefit out of it because they will use you and they will discard you. This is what destructive cults do. It is who they are. It is in their core nature. They will never change because why? You want to know why? Because the leaders are psychopaths, and psychopaths do not change. They can't change. It's about power and control for them, right? So then she goes, "Well, you're abusive." I'm like, "Really? How am I abusive? I've never hit you, but you've hit me, right? I've never done that. I've never cheated on you, but you've cheated on me, right? I've been honest with you, but you continue to lie to me, right? When I was trying to help you, you know, when I used to leave the house at 6 o'clock, 5:30 in the morning to come here to get kids dressed and ready for school, right? It was a problem. Then when I stopped doing it, and then you face the reality of how hard it is because, like I said, I know how she is. Now all of a sudden you talk about you need help. Even this morning when I call her back, she's like, "I need help." So then she said, so again, calling her out on her bullshit. Whenever I speak the truth and I tell her the truth of exactly who she is and how she is, based off of her action. Remember, I've known this woman for almost 2 decades. So I know her. Like you tell you can go to the people who don't know you and tell them the lies and the bullshit, but it doesn't work with me because I know exactly who you are. Okay? The fact, like I said, is that why would you call me at 9 o'clock? Why not call me at 7 o'clock? Then you want to blame the kids. Then she's like, she sent me a text saying that, when Elizabeth turned 13, this is no. I'm like, whatever. It don't matter. You think it matters to me? Right? What you are doing is showing people just how ignorant and stupid you are. Right? And you are willing to sacrifice your children's future because for your fun, for your adventure, your little fantasies. That's what she's doing. right? And then calling me crazy. No parent in their right mind live like this and have their children living like this. And then when the only person who would clean your house tells you, please stop doing this. Please stop doing it because I'm the one that's cleaning. I got a bad back. I'm being targeted. I'm doing that, this and that. She don't care. Ignore me. When I set boundaries, non-existent. Or, well, when I set boundaries, what boundaries you setting, Pam? You come home and when you want to get on the phone with whoever, oh, you need to leave. When you're tired and you don't want to cook for the kids and feed the kids, I could stay all night. Right? So what boundaries? What boundaries? When I tell you don't call me in the morning if the kids are home, because I said no, I said that don't call me after 8 o'clock to tell me that the kids don't want to get up to go to school. Don't call me. You ignore all of that. So what boundaries? When I said as men, as black men, this is what they do with our women. They blame everything on us, no accountability, because they're working with these groups of white people who manipulate them, and the other Sambos and Sambinas. And particularly, I talk about Christianity, the debt cult religion, because that's what it is, and they're a bunch of fanatics. How could a group of people who claim to be so religious, right? Who claim to be so religious, claim to always quote in the Bible, but yet ignore everything that they quote, ignore everything that they say based on their actions? You see, like I said, I don't listen to what you're saying, but I'm going to also not only listen, but I'm going to also watch what you do. I'm going to watch what you do. This is our mindset that has been conditioned within our mind. And Bob Marley said, he talked about mental slavery. Free yourself from mental slavery. But if you don't know how they're enslaving your mind, if you don't understand how they use your mindset and how it is shaped when you are younger, this is what's happening. I don't know why she keeps texting me. I don't know why she texting me for. Again, whenever you tell them the truth, they do not want to hear it. They don't want to hear it because I talk about the movie Inception, right? Of how they can place ideas into people's mind. Movies it's not just for entertainment. Movies actually give you some dose of truth and reality, okay? And you look at the behavior of black people in this nation, right? Look at the behavior. I talk about cognitive warfare. In cognitive warfare, when you're at war, you don't realize you're at war because your mind cannot see certain types of warfare, particularly when it's affecting your emotions, your cognitive ability. You can't see it, all right? And I've been telling this woman this for years, Whenever I try to help her, what does she do? She push back. Whenever I tell her the truth, she push back, right? She can be toxic. She can leave our children by themselves and then turn around and say, well, that was years ago, without understanding that it is because of that is the reason why they develop certain personalities. How could these women be in healthcare, right? Who they go to class to get a degree, but when it comes to applying what they learn to benefit themselves, their relationship, their children, is non-existent. It's non-existent. None. Because that is how they're conditioned. That is how they're conditioned. But she can call me when the electricity goes out. And I gotta get up, come over here, right? She can call me when she's sick, right? She don't call anybody else. Like I told her, you need therapy, you need help, and you need what is called a psychotherapy, not just regular therapy. You need therapy in which a therapist is going to make you do certain types of work, self work, as well as things, and you have to write it down and you have to show improvement. There are certain types of people who have certain personality trait that are on the upper higher scale, and they cannot realize. Talk about narcissism. Narcissistic people, highly narcissistic people, do not recognize the fact that they're narcissistic. You can tell them they're narcissists, but you and I, we're not experts. But you can know the personality of highly narcissistic people by studying, researching, and you will see. Right? So again, they're conditioned a certain way, and some of them they're never going to change. Like her, she told me, I don't have to change. I don't need to change. I'm too old to change. Then if you believe that you're too old to change, if you say you're too old to change, or if you think you're too old to change, then you're a fool. Because everybody can change. Everybody can change. And when people tell you that they don't have to change, they don't want to change, that they can't change, you got to understand what type of personality trait they have. And like I said, I will never blame them 100% because I know what the system does to us, how it creates mental illness within people within the society because it's profit off of it. It's about money. And you need to understand when you follow the money, you get to see exactly what it is that they do and how they do it. All right? Talk to you guys in the next video. Oh, yeah, look, I hesitated to